Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Salihin Binman, CN180090 from Group 4, along with my friend Shahmi Wafi bin Muhammad Sharif, CN180166, Muhammad Aisa bin Nasaruddin, CN180097, and Nurul Iziani binti Kamaruddin, CN180065. Okay, today I will present the cause lead to incident. For the first point, the heat stroke due to vehicular equipment. For the heat stroke, entrapment in a vehicle, heat stroke is one of the brain injuries that can be avoided in youngsters. Every year, several youngsters are entrapped in cars or other type of vehicles, leaving survivors with substantial brain injury. Heat stroke is the most common cause of brain injury. The lesson taught that was children should never be left alone in cars. The effect of heat on the brain can range from modest disorder to life-threatening situation. The number of children suffering from heat-related sickness has risen dramatically in recent years. Heat stroke is defined by the National Association of Medical Examiners as exposure to high temperature with reasonable exclusion of alternative cause of hypothermia. For the second one, carbon monoxide poisoning. The carbon monoxide poisoning is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas that is extremely harmful. The gas does not last long in the atmosphere before breaking down and becoming a component of ground-level ozone. Carbon monoxide is highly hazardous and can affect any vertebrate living organism. When carbon monoxide is inhaled, it interacts with hemoglobin, the protein that transports oxygen from the lung and carbon dioxide to the lungs, and renders it useless in its regular form. Carbon monoxide inhalation induces the development of carboxyhemoglobin, which decreases the supply of oxygen to bodily parts, causing severe seizure and, in the worst case scenario, death. For the last cause of incident, which is malfunctioning of air conditioner, a faulty air conditioner will not be able to truly refresh the air within the vehicle, resulting in higher carbon monoxide levels. In fact, even in a car with a well-functioning air conditioning system, air circulation is confined, quarters might be hampered. Even if the air in the car circulates in and out, it is insufficient for someone breathing in a restricted area. Furthermore, some air is entrapped in the circulation process, resulting in an increase in carbon monoxide and a drop in oxygen levels. Another widespread misunderstanding is that opening your car window will provide adequate ventilation in the vehicle. Carbon monoxide will collect at a lesser level even with the car window open, lowering oxygen levels in the blood and resulting in loss of psychological fluids and water. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
So now I will share and present the engineering control prevention measures of the stated problem above, where these are simple designs onto the vehicle that will help in avoiding or reduce the accidents will occur that have been related to the air conditioning system and ventilation in the vehicle. So the first one is the water mist sprinkler, where a sprinkler is installed inside the vehicle cabin, where a heat sensor probe is installed integrated with the sprinkler, where it will measure the temperature of the cabin. So this is to prevent or avoid the above issues, which are the high temperature issue in the cabin, where the water is cold water that is stored within the vehicle. They will sprinkle into the cabin to reduce the temperature or to cool down the temperature of the cabin. The next one is the ventilation fan. For the next issue, which is the absence of ventilation inside the vehicle. So oximeter probe, which will detect the oxygen level in the vehicle. So when the oxygen is low, the actuator of the sensor will trigger the pneumatic of the popping up of the cover of the fan on top of the vehicle roof, and will allow ventilation throughout the vehicle so that the oxygen level within the cabin will rise up. And the last one is the refrigerant sensor, where last issue is the leaking of refrigerant in the air conditioning system, where the refrigerant sensor will be installed inside the refrigerant pipe that will measure the level of refrigerant by measuring the intensity of the refrigerant content inside the pipe, so that it will trigger a warning inside the vehicle, so that it will indicate whether the level of refrigerant is low or high in the pipe, so that it can refill the refrigerant inside the system and can detect any leaking in the system as well. So that's all for the engineering control measures for the stated issues.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Isa bin Nasaruddin. My metric number CN180097. I want to present about our cost estimation. Is firstly, water mist sprinkler is using the item list is battery DC 12 volt, quantity 1, estimate price is RM35, and misting nozzle 0.15 mm, quantity is 2, estimate price is RM4.50, and nozzle fitting 0.8 mm, quantity is 2, estimate price is RM9, and hose 1/4 inch equal to over 2 meter, quantity is 1, and estimate price is RM2, and motor pump DC 12 volt, quantity is 1, estimate price is RM50, and water storage 1 liter, quantity is 1, estimate price is RM5, and heat sensor 12 volt, quantity is 1, and estimate price is RM8, and lastly is wiring equal over to 3 meter, quantity is 1, estimate price is RM4.80, then the total cost of water mist sprinkler is RM118.30, or we using the refrigerant sensor. The cost estimation is the item list is Figaro CFC air quality sensor, quantity is 1, estimate price is RM339, and the total cost is RM339. Okay, thank you from me.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nuri Zani binti Kamaruddin. Today I want to present my part is cost estimation in ventilation fans. So the ventilation fan has 6 items. So first item is battery DC 12 volt. The quantity is 1 and the estimate price is RM35. Second item, pulse oximeter and heart rate sensor max 30102. The quantity is 1 and the estimate price is RM50.90. So next, the item number 3, trigger relay module DC 12 volt. The quantity is 1 and the estimate price in RM40. So item number 4 is mini ventilation fans 12 volt RV. The quantity is 1 and the estimate price is RM135. And then the item number 5 is mini pneumatic mal system